So break down your process for breaking into Disney hotels.
We would go, and he wanted one person as a lookout and one person to actually go in the room, which is why there always had to be two people. So we'd go to the Saratoga Springs Resorts because it's the first hotel connected to downtown Disney in Orlando. So we'd take a bus all the way to downtown Disney, and like we'd walk through downtown Disney to this bridge thing that takes us to Saratoga. And then he would have us walk, and he taught me how to like look around for people, because we were never targeting just rooms. He would look at rooms because he was good at determining when the rooms were open, which, hey, don't know how he did that because I could never fucking tell. He'd walk up to a room and he'd just be like, right here, click. So he'd have me look for people though, because the people is what you don't realize. Like when you go to a Disney hotel, when you go on vacation in general, sometimes like you need ice, or you want to go to the vending machine, or you need a towel, toilet paper, something. You're going to leave, and some people don't close the door. They don't take the key. They leave the deadbolt open, or they leave the door cracked. They do something, and then Smokey goes in. And like that's what he trained me to look for. He's like, look for people who look like they're about to go do something real quick. Look for people who don't pull the door closed when they walk away. Look for people who look like they have the ice bucket in their hand. Try to figure out which room they came out of, stuff like that.
What was the biggest haul? And what was the most common item?
The biggest haul was the night we got arrested, unfortunately, because we had 7 iPads, 2 iPhones, a laptop, a Canon camera. I think I had like a purse. There was so much stuff that night. And I was like, and I didn't even know that it was actually because he knew we were going to get caught. I think he just like threw caution to the wind and picked everything up in the room that he could put his hands on, because we had so much stuff. And then we got arrested.
Did you find that most people don't even use the room safe?
Yeah, actually. I didn't even know that most rooms had a safe. No, there's never... I mean, I'm sure Smokey looked for a safe, but anything he ever picked up, he would just pick it up. Like he'd walk in the room and then he'd just hold it and it would be his. And he knew his rule was anything I touch has my fingerprints on it, so it's mine now. So only touch the things that my fingerprints can be on. And so he told me one day, because I went into a room behind him thinking like, I just wanted to experience it. I don't know. We were in a cul-de-sac. I didn't think anybody was going to see us. So I walked in behind him, and I didn't know how he did it. So he's walking through, and I'm like going behind him, just picking up stuff that I think he's missing. And then he walks back around, and I watch him like look at all the spots, and he's like, and then he looks up and he sees me and he's like, get the fuck out of here. And I was like, sorry.